Hey there, and welcome. So, this week we're diving into the forecast from Astrologer Syed Ali Zanjani for the last week of January. And whether you're someone who checks your horoscope daily or you're just a little bit curious, it looks like the stars have something pretty big in store for all of us. So, let's get into it.
Okay, so before we jump into the signs one by one, there's something really important the astrologer pointed out. It's kind of like a universal message for everyone this week. It's an opportunity for a blessing that applies to all of us no matter what your sign is.
So why is this week so special? Well, it's the start of the month of Shaban, and this is described as a time of just immense blessings and acceptance. It really sets a hopeful, positive vibe for everything, almost like our intentions and wishes have a clearer shot at coming true.
And to really tap into that powerful energy, there's a simple ritual for prosperity that was suggested. All you do is take any currency note, doesn't matter which one, and you recite Ya Razzaqu 1,000 times over it. Then just pop it into a special pouch. The really important part? You've got to start it this week. It's believed to bring financial blessings for the whole year. It's a small thing, but man, the intention behind it is huge.
All right, with that universal blessing in our back pocket, let's dive into our first set of signs: Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Here we go.
Aries, for you, this week is all about being cautious. A real heads up on your spending. Expenses might be high, maybe even related to health stuff. It's definitely a time to be smart and, discerning. Don't believe everything you hear, and keep an eye out for any kind of deception or fraud. Oh, and you might get some surprise visitors, and there could be a little tension with your siblings, so just be mindful of how you communicate. It's key.
Okay, Taurus, get ready for a total 180. The energy this week is fantastic for you. This is one of those weeks where your desires and wishes just seem to manifest. You can look forward to some really good times with friends, and all that hard work you've been putting in, it's finally going to pay off. You'll probably get invited to some parties or celebrations, and if you've been feeling a bit sick, recovery is definitely in the cards. Go on and enjoy it.
Gemini, for you, it looks like you're getting back into a more serious, focused groove. And guess what? It's really going to pay off, especially when it comes to your job. A promotion is looking pretty likely, and you'll find it way easier to delegate tasks to other people. If you've been thinking about a career change, this might just be the perfect week to make a move. Get ready for some compliments and praise to come your way. You've earned it.
Now here's an interesting little aside. For anyone dealing with challenges, kind of like Aries this week, or maybe you're like Gemini, and you just want to keep that good energy flowing, the source material mentions a specific remedy called Ark-Pakiza. It's described as a way to cleanse your being and protect yourself from negative vibes. Think of it like a spiritual spring clean, just clearing out the bad stuff.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Next up, we've got Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Let's see what the stars have in store for you.
Cancer. Wow. This week for you is all about good fortune and destiny just taking the wheel. This is a golden opportunity to make some real improvements in your life. You're encouraged to listen to the wisdom of your elders. It'll really benefit you. You might even have a kind of spiritual awakening. And hey, if you're planning a trip, especially an international one, you can expect some really good news.
All right, Leo, your week is a bit of a mixed bag. A real balance of good stuff and things to watch out for. On the plus side, anything to do with inheritance matters could work out really well for you. But the warnings are super important. Be careful with strangers, don't do any unnecessary travel, and keep a tight grip on your wallet because expenses could get out of control. Also, it's advised to avoid casual trips to the doctor. Your best bet this week is just to be smart and prudent.
Virgo, get excited because this week is looking fantastic for love and relationships. If you're single, this is a really good time to meet a potential partner. And if you're already in a relationship, you can expect things to get even better. Your income is likely to see a nice little boost too. But, and this is a big but, you have to resist the urge to spend extravagantly. That's the one major warning.
And hey, speaking of finding love, just like we saw for Virgo, the source brings up another interesting tool. It's a talisman called Lo-e-Mahabbat, and it's meant specifically for people who are looking to attract a real, true, legitimate love into their lives.
All right, we are officially halfway there. Let's get to our next group, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Time to see how your week is stacking up.
Libra, listen up, because there are some strong warnings for you this week, mostly about money and trust. The number one rule in big, bold letters is do not take on new debt. Seriously. At your job, you need to be extra vigilant. Keep a close watch on your employees and your work because there's a risk of loss because of someone else's mistake. One way to help ward off some of this trouble? Be generous and give to charity.
Scorpio, what a contrast.
this looks like an absolutely joyful week for you. A lot of that happiness is going to come from your kids and from really great relationships with your teachers or mentors. You'll probably have a great time at a party or some kind of celebration, and you might even have a meaningful encounter with a spiritual person. And get this, if you happen to buy a lottery ticket, your chances of winning are actually higher this week. How cool is that?
And Sagittarius, for you, all that happiness is right at home. It's all about your domestic life. Maybe you'll find joy in a new construction project, or even just redecorating a room. You'll love hosting guests and sharing food. It's just a fantastic time for big feasts and generosity. And here's a really sweet tip from the forecast. For extra success, make sure you seek blessings from your mother.
You know, with all that focus on the home for Sagittarius, it's a good time to mention another tool from the source. It's an incense called Bakor Farawani Rizq, and it's used specifically to eliminate negative vibes from a place, whether that's your house or your business. Just a way to clear the air and keep things positive.
And just like that, we're at our final 3 signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It's your turn. Let's wrap up this week's forecast.
Capricorn, get ready for a really productive week. You might be doing some travel, but closer to home. And relations with your siblings, they're looking much better. The big thing for you is your communication. It's going to be on point. And that's exactly what you need to achieve your goals through good old-fashioned hard work. So use that sharp mind to push through any doubts or anxieties you've been holding on to.
Aquarius, get ready to smile because this is shaping up to be a financially excellent week for you. Your relationships with your relatives are also in a great spot, and you might even get a special favor or benefit from your family. And here's a cool little callback. Remember that prosperity ritual we talked about right at the start? Well, it seems it's especially powerful for you this week, so don't forget it.
And last but not least, Pisces. So the forecast starts off a little playfully for you. You're probably going to enjoy a lot of really good food this week. Just, maybe be a little mindful of potential weight gain. But seriously, on a much deeper level, this is a week of real healing and recovery. It's time to let go of old resentments and grudges. It's like a clean slate, which means any new beginning you start this week is going to be especially auspicious and blessed.
So there you have it. That's the look at the week ahead for every single sign. From some pretty serious warnings to these amazing promises of joy and success, it's clear there's a different kind of energy for each of us to work with.
At the end of the day, a forecast is kind of like a weather report for your life, right? Knowing it is one thing, but the real power comes from how you decide to use that information. So, as you head into this week, I'll leave you with this question. Knowing what you know now, what is the one thing you're going to focus on? Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a fantastic week.